Well, hello everybody. How you guys doing today? Angel Tussey, Media Exposure Specialist, coming to you live from my home office in Denver, Colorado. Actually, the home office that I share with my husband. And look how I decorated his screen today. I put my media logo tote bag on his screen because that is the door prize for one lucky person who's hanging out with me today. Sharon, Lisa, Carrie, Anthony, welcome, welcome. Hello, how you guys doing on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday? So yesterday I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, where it is spring. And today I am in Denver, where it is snowing and it is winter again. So I am getting to experience all of the seasons, although I heard it was absolutely gorgeous here this week in Denver, Colorado. So they had spring earlier this week as well. And so, we all see these it's funny to see the weather all across the country and how ADD our weather can be. Hello, Katie. Hello, Ruth. Hello. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Look at all of you guys hanging out with us here on a Saturday. We are rocking it, right? It's the last Saturday of the first quarter, which means that Q2 is right around the corner. It starts on Monday, so we're wrapping up this first quarter, which I think is a really exciting time, for entrepreneurs. Hello, look at all the love. Look at all the love coming on. Well, you guys know that for the last year, about a year ago, I retired from being a radio host after 10 years of sitting in a studio and talking to a microphone. I did it for 10 years. I absolutely loved it. Hosted 2 hours of a business talk show, nationally syndicated coast to coast. Biz Talk was our syndicator, which I'm now repartnering up with and doing some marketing partnerships with Biz Talk. So you're going to see lots of great new things coming down the pike with them. But I also did 2 hours of a Christian lifestyle show. So 4 hours of daily talk radio put me in the top league of my industry. I don't know if any of you are talk radio fans, but there's not a lot of talk show hosts that host 4 hours of live, fresh new content every single day. And when you think of women in that space, there's less than a dozen. But I retired from that a year ago. Hey, Mandy, how are you doing? Carrie says snow is a 4-letter word. In 4 weeks, we will be on the beach. That is true. Our mastermind in Mexico is less than a month away. We will be doing our mastermind in Mexico. 17 fabulous people, me included, will be on the beach masterminding about creating media and marketing, telling our story, getting our brand out there. So today I'm going to share with you guys I've got 10 years in the industry, right? Being on the receiving end of media pitches, hosting a television show, hosting 2 radio programs. We produced a magazine. I've been on other people's TV shows, on other people's radio shows, magazines, podcasts, and I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs create media exposure over the last 10 years. But a year ago, after retiring from radio, launched out and am now traveling, speaking around the country, teaching entrepreneurs what's inside this brain. Right? I've interviewed almost 5,000, yes, 5,000 entrepreneurs and experts when it comes to serving small business owners. So when you hear my voice, it's 5,000 reels of interviews of experts that you get. So it's trained me, it's given me a gift, and now I learn it, I teach it. And so I've been doing that now for this last year, spoke at over 100 cities in the last 12 months. And it's been a phenomenal experience just to think that I could, after 10 years, redefine who I was. I mean, it's scary to think at the age of 48 that I could do something different, that I could be somebody different. But I will tell you what, your entire business, and you guys know this too, when you're tracking and you're keeping track of everything, within 90 days can completely change the trajectory of your business. Think about where you were 90 days ago and how all of that is starting to bubble up and churn and create that momentum and that snowball. 90 days. But have you ever felt like, as a business owner, like, I need to hire a business coach, I need to hire a branding coach, I need a sales coach, I need a media coach, I need all of these coaches. And as a small business owner, hiring all of these coaches one, can be expensive. Two, can be really time consuming. If you're working with 8 different coaches to build your business at about the tune of about $10,000 each, like, we're not looking to spend and to make $100,000 just so we can spend 80 on our coaches, right? We feel like we're going backwards. So I have teamed up with Angel version 4.8. I love it. I love it. I have teamed up with a group of gals, and we have put together a unique mastermind. So instead of hiring 8 different coaches, right, you might not be ready for 12 weeks of media training, right? That might not be where your business is at. You might need some fundamentals. You might need to build up and get some of the basics and the systems and the processes and your messaging and your vision and your, right? That might still need to come before you're ready for 12 weeks of media coaching. So I've got a team pulling together. So instead of hiring 8 different coaches, we all come together in one mastermind. We each get to stay in our lane, and you get to learn from the best in that space. We're calling it SAM, Simplify, Accelerate, and Monetize. We're going to simplify your life, right? Not 8 different directions, all in one mastermind. A whole team of coaches, all serving in their expertise, their genius, and helping you to monetize even faster. And it is phenomenal. It kicks off in just less than a month. For those of you who want more information about SAM, you can check it out at thesamcourse.com. But right after this Facebook Live, I'm going to scoot on over to a Zoom call. So if you guys have any questions, this resonates with you, you're wondering if that's the right next step for you, I'm going to host a Zoom call right after this live for those few of you, 3 to 5, that want to join us in the SAM Mastermind with a team of coaches every single week, helping you to simplify, accelerate, and monetize your business. So I will post the Zoom link, but the Zoom ID number is 364-421-5789, 364-421-5789, and I will post the link here in the comments for those of you who want to. And then at the end, right, which way do I go? At the end, if you are still with me at the end of this Facebook Live, I am giving away that tote bag that's got all the media logos for you to carry around and get people to ask you, have you been on ABC? Have you been on CBS? Have you been on Fox? And I can't wait to teach you the tips so that you can answer that with a resounding yes. Yes, I'm a regular. I'm a contributor all the time. Haven't you seen me? I've been on TV. You can get a t-shirt. It says, as seen on TV. In fact, I think we should do that, as seen on TV, because that's the goal, right? We have been fed an incredible lie as entrepreneurs. And I'm sorry to say that because I'm a positive person. But the lie is that you could build your business one-to-one, right? We've been all taught to go to Facebook groups, or not Facebook groups, leads groups and networking events and coffees and do these one-on-one meetings, and that you can build your business one-to-one. I will tell you that relationships are built one-to-one. I don't deny that, right? There's nothing better than having coffee with somebody, really getting to know them, how you can serve them, how you can collaborate together, eyeball to eyeball, belly to belly. Networking, one of the best ways to create conversations and relationships. Your network is your net worth. But when it comes to building a business, a sustainable business, a scalable business, one that doesn't burn you out, that you walk home and you get home at the end of the day or at the end of a networking event and you've got 3 leads, right? I got a lead for you that now you're chasing and you're trying to follow up, and it turns out they just happen to have a spine, or they could fog a mirror, right? Because somebody felt obligated to pass a lead. Now you're chasing it thinking that's going to turn into revenue this week. But it doesn't work that way. And as entrepreneurs, we're hustling, we're busy, we're on that hamster wheel, and we're exhausted, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating because this is not what we got in business for. What you created was a lifestyle, was a legacy. What you do matters, and how you serve your clientele is a big deal. You just need more people to say, I've heard of you. Because if you could get your brand in front of more people, right, instead of just the same 30 people every single week, right, or the same 100 people every single month, you need to get your brand out there onto a bigger platform in front of more people. I call it OPP, other people's platforms. OPP, other people's platforms, because we're out there creating all of this exposure for ourselves, right? We're networking, we're passing out business cards. It's my email list, it's my Facebook pages, and it's all coming from you. And it is a great way. In fact, it is the number one way to create exposure, right? Because you can control it, you can build that list, you can connect with them. It's all you, and it's coming from you, and it's your story. You control the story, and you control how often it goes out. But true business, in building a scalable business, building a business that creates a legacy that makes you money while you're sleeping, is when other people are talking about you. It's publicity. It's media exposure. It's getting in front of somebody else's audience. So an example of that, right? When you do a Facebook Live, doing a Facebook Live with a buddy, so their audience gets to see you, your audience gets to see them. You double your audience. When you are being interviewed on somebody else's podcast, then they've already got an audience established. They bring you in as the trusted expert. Now you've expanded beyond your first level, first sphere of influence, and you've expanded to OPP. And what happens when you're on OPP is you have the transfer of trust. That because I already like that program, I read that magazine, I listen to that TV show, I watch that show, I listen to that radio program, I now trust you as well. There's a transfer of trust that comes over, that because I already like that program, that platform, because you're the expert guest. So it's when you speak at somebody else's group, somebody else's book club, somebody else's trade association, they brought in an audience, and that they trust you enough to put you on their stage. That transfer of trust instantly transfers over to you. When you're speaking on the radio or doing podcasts, you're connecting more deeply with an audience because you're telling your story, and they're able to connect with you far more in a better way than just, here's my business card, here's my 30-second speech. You get to connect with your audience. You get to tell more of your story. And there's 3 pieces, and we're going to get to that, on what that story needs to have in it in order to resonate and move people to action and take action. But truly the power of media is that you can impact hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands without leaving your home, right? Doing it on a television, a telephone call, right? A phone call, in a Zoom, using Skype, and leveraging the power of somebody else's influence. So I am so excited because I get to bring my media expertise of 10 years to the SAM course, and you can check it out at thesamcourse.com. If you have any questions at all or want more information about that, I'm going to host a Zoom right after this. But here are the 3 critical elements to creating media logos for yourself, which I'm going to give away this tote bag to somebody who hangs out at the very end. We're going to give away this tote bag that's got the media logos. But have you seen it? I mean, if you tell people, I've been on TV, right? I'm on TV, all of a sudden your credibility increases instantly increases when you've been on TV and television, even if they didn't see it. This is the magic of it. Even if they didn't see it, just knowing that you're getting that type of exposure increases your sales process and your sales numbers exponentially. So just having the media logos behind you is key to growing your brand, getting people interested in you, talking about you. But we really do want them to watch it. So we'll make sure that we create that as well. But number 1, you've got to position yourself as an expert in your space, not as a salesperson. Right? When it comes to media, we got to play the game of keep away. Do you remember that in school? Keep away. We want to keep away from the sales department. I love the sales department. I am not negating that. If you've got a program, an event, something you want to sell, then you pay for the advertising for that. And you can have as much exposure as you want as your advertising budget allows, right? You can be on the side of buses, on billboards, you can have ads running every commercial break, right? As much as your budget will allow. And if you want to sell something, your product, your service, or fill your event, you have to pay for advertising. You just have to. That's how they stay in business, and that's how it works. But if you want to create earned media, free media, where they bring you in as the content expert, and not pay for that, we got to keep you away from the sales department. Because once you end up in the sales department, you'll never get out. You're in this spiral. You can never get out. So by positioning you as an expert, as a content expert, we can develop an interview, a pitch, a series of topics that make you valuable to the media. There are an unlimited number of media outlets, and they are looking for fresh new content every day. They're looking for experts. They're looking for guests. But what happens is, as entrepreneurs, we want to go in and sell, right? I want clients. I want to sell my product. I want to fill my event, which as soon as you go in that direction, you've got your sales hat on, you go to the sales department. That's going to cost you a couple grand, right? As much as $7,000 to have 60-second ads running around the clock in a 30-day period. $7,000. So that's how valuable this information is worth to you. It's the equivalent of having a $7,000 advertising budget by just positioning yourself as an expert in the space. And what did he say? Benjamin Franklin, a penny saved is a penny earned. So how much is this worth to you? It's worth $7,000 in an advertising budget. So positioning you as the expert, what's the number one thing that you are known for? When people say, I got a guy or I got a gal, that you are top of mind, tip of tongue, that they're thinking of you, not as a sales advocate or a salesperson, but as the expert in that space. And let me tell you, you are an expert. There's something that you just love talking about, that you have been good at since you were a kid, that you light up. You don't need notes. You don't need to be prepared because you're always ready. It's your thing. What is that? The thing that you serve the most in, that clients just rave and love about you. When you position yourself as an expert, as a content expert, it takes you out of the sales department and puts you in, let me invite you on as an invited guest onto the program. Second is to become a published author. Now, I don't offer publishing. It's not my shtick, but I have published 9 books, and I've helped hundreds of authors become authors in what I call a food book. It's a utility book. It's the book that puts food on the table, that opens up the doors and gets you in front of the right clients and positions you. It strategically positions you as that expert in the space. Have you ever seen celebrities when they're not in the limelight? What do they do to get PR and publicity? They write a book. So I have a 90-day system on helping you get your book published, your utility book, your food book. If you have any questions at all about that, we can talk about that on the Zoom call afterwards. If you have questions about the SAM course, about teaming up with a mastermind of expertise all in their space, we'll talk about that as well in the Zoom course, or the Zoom call right after this. I will post the Zoom link in the comments, but again, the number is 364-421-5789, 364-421-5789. And I know writing a book seems like, overwhelming, right? But when you think about it, how you probably always wanted to write one. And you probably already have in your computer, due to website content, frequently asked questions, presentations you've done for clients, if you were to gather all that content, gather all that information into one file and start piecing that together, you probably, most of my clients end up discovering they have about 60 pages of content sitting in their computer that we can put into a book to position you as the expert. So when we pitch you to the media, you're not just a salesperson, right? We're playing the game of keep away. You are an author. I'll tell you, it's a game changer. It is a game changer when it comes to the media. In fact, most radio hosts, if given the opportunity to interview the experts in the space, I have one spot to fill. I have 2 experts. Even if the one expert might be better, the second one is an author, they'll take the author. It's how you keep out of the sales department. It's how we can, there's only one thing that we will help push in the media. We won't push people to buy your product if you haven't paid for advertising. We won't push people to, go to your event if you haven't paid for advertising. But we will encourage people to go and buy your book, right? And so even if it's not been on the front burner for you, talk to me. I've got a system. I've got a way. We'll get that book published for you in the next 90 days. So by July 1, you are a published author. Third tip for creating this media exposure, getting these media logos. And remember, I'm giving away this tote bag with all the media logos at the end of this call if you stick with me, right? The third way is to pitch, right? The media doesn't know you exist yet, right? Or maybe you've had some media exposure, like you've been on a couple programs, right? Because of somebody you knew, right? It's all in who knows you, right? It's not what you know or who you know, it's who knows you. And media exposure is the best way to create who knows you, right? To get you in front of OPP, other people's platforms, other people's audiences, and to spread your message around in not one-to-one, but one-to-many. Write that down. Businesses our relationships are built one-to-one, but business is built one-to-many. And that's the power of media exposure. Getting your story, positioning you as the expert in the space, elevating that with your published book, the food book, the one that puts food on the table, the utility book that drives perfect clients back to you, attracts perfect clients to you. But the third piece is the pitch. It's all in the pitch. And I have to tell you, we want to be pitched to. That's our job. That's our job, is to fill white space and fill air and bring on content experts, bring on other points of view, other people into the story, to keep the conversation going. That's our job. We want to be pitched to, but there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it that sets you up as a professional versus just a, hey, I want to be on the radio. Hey, I want to be on TV. Hey, right? I have an idea. I'm cute, right? I'm fun. I'm passionate. You have to remember that they are being pitched to all day long by professionals, right? Who do this for a living, who are paid big bucks to do this for a living. And so your one-off media pitch is going to get lost. It's just going to get lost in the sea if it's not professionally done and it doesn't have what I call the 3 C's, the letter C, right? It's got to be critical, compelling, and current. Critical, compelling, and current. Not just, hey, I kind of want to fill my room this month. Like, that's critical for you, but not for the media. It doesn't help them with their agenda of keeping their audience engaged, right? As a radio host, my goal, I had 2 goals. Keep my advertisers happy, right? Which meant keep my audience listening. So if you change the dial because I brought on somebody boring who's trying to sell to you, who didn't have something, compelling or current or critical, they would change that dial. It is so easy for them to change the dial. So I had to keep you on, which means the guests we pick would help to keep my audience or my advertisers happy. It's kind of got to go up the chain. So you have to think about it with your PR hat. So when you put together a media pitch, I'm going to help you write your media story right now, and then I'm going to tell you how to get it out into the world. And then at the end of this, we're going to give away this tote bag full of Legos. So the 3 pieces that your media pitch needs to have is, number 1, why you? Tell me about yourself in 2 to 3 sentences. What's your background? What's your history? What's your experience? Why are you the expert in this space? And let me tell you, I want you to write down a list of 15 things that you've done that make you an expert in this space. So this is your history. This is your experience. This is who you've served in the past. This is what you're doing now. 15 things, and then we'll pull out like the top 3 juiciest. Because I want you to remember, you've done some amazing things, and you are qualified. You are absolutely qualified to tell your story. Nobody else is. Second piece, why now? What's going on in the world? What's trending? What's going on in the news, in the community? What are the statistics that can support your story? And then the third piece is, what's the big idea, or what's at stake? We've got to, it can't just be about selling, and it just can't be about you. You've got to be able to serve a bigger audience. So what's at stake? What really is the bigger impact that it would make to have you as a guest on our show? And when you can come up with those 3 elements, and this is one of the things that we teach you, and I work with you and pull this out, because I know you're used to being in sales mode, right? These are the benefits, right? This is who I serve, this is the benefits, and these are the results, which is great for selling, but that's not what we want in the media. Why you? Why now? What's the big idea, right? Critical, compelling, and current. And then who do you pitch that to? I want you to put your topic in. Remember, we positioned you as an expert. Number 1 piece. What's your topic? Go to Google and type in your topic, and type in and search just for news outlets on your topic, and you will see your opportunity number. How many different media outlets are already today currently talking about that? which means they are looking for experts. You've got an organic database just waiting to hear from you. So you know who to pitch to, what to pitch, and you are positioned as the expert in your space. You are the author. And when you pitch to them, tell them, I am the author of, right? I want to talk about the bullying, right? Bullying is going on, and I am the author of How to Stop Bullying, right? It positions you, one is the bullying expert, two is the author in the space, and you can pitch directly to the news outlets that are currently talking about that. So I hope that was helpful. I know that was fast. That was really fast. I'm super excited because I know that as a business owner, when I first started, when I branched out on my own about a year ago, I retired from radio, and now I'm on my own speaking. There were so many pieces that as you start a brand new business that you need to do, right? There's always more that has to happen. And in the beginning, or as to get to that next level, you discover I need a lot of help. I need a business coach. I need a sales coach. I need a sponsorship coach. I need an Instagram coach. I need a media coach. I need all these coaches. You can get to a place where you've hired 8 different coaches and you're exhausted because it takes up so much time. And if you're spending about $10,000 for a coach for the year, if your goal is to make 100 and you're spending 80, it can feel very frustrating. So we have put together a great mastermind for you, a group of coaches, experts in their space, each one an expert in their own element. So you don't have to go off and hire 8 different coaches. You get them in one mastermind, all in one place, to simplify, accelerate, and monetize. SAM. It's called the SAM course. The SAM course. You can find it at thesamcourse.com. And if you have any questions about that, we're looking for 3 to 5 people today who want to take their business and jump in and to the next 90 days, work with a whole team of coaches instead of all fragmented, all working together to simplify, accelerate, and monetize your business. I'm going to jump over to a Zoom call for anybody who wants to have a conversation about that. If you have any questions, to see if that's the right fit, to figure out what is the next step for you. Where should you be focusing on in your business? Ask a team of people who have done it, who are doing it, who have helped hundreds and thousands of entrepreneurs do it. And so let us help you do it today. I said do it, right? Like a Nike commercial. Okay, so the Zoom ID number is 364-421-5789. I'm going to post the link in the comments so you guys can pop over there if you want to have a further conversation or just ask me anything about media, the next step in your business, about the SAM course. And so let's see. We're going to give away this tote bag with all the media logos because you're going to be featured on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox. Yes. Right? It's so much fun when you can say that you've done that. And to attract more media, attract more perfect clients back to you, to leverage your story one-to-many instead of just one-to-one. So the way that we're going to do this, in order to win this fabulous, fabulous media tote bag, I want you guys to just type in media. Just write the word media in the comments, MEDIA, media in the comments. And then for everybody that types in the word media, I'm going to give you a second, and then I'm going to count to 10, and then I'm going to look in the first name that I see. I'm going to give you the tote bag. So you can type more than once, right? As I'm typing, or as I'm counting to 10, you can type in the word media, and then I'm gonna pick the name that's right there on the top of my screen for media when I count to 10. So type it in as many times as you want. MEDIA. MEDIA, MEDIA, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.5, 8 3/4, 9, 9.5, 9 3/4, and 10. Sharon Ringier, you are my winner today. Sharon, you get the logo tote bag just for hanging out and staying and playing with me. Oh my gosh, I'll look at all of you guys focusing and sharing and playing today. So if you guys want, one of these media tote bags. It is going to be part of the SAM Master Course. So if you sign up to be a part of our SAM Master Course, you will get a media tote bag included as part of the program. So you could all be winners today. But Sharon, thanks so much for playing. You are the winner of the tote bag. Message me your address so I can get that out into a FedEx envelope to you. I'll put that in the mail on Monday. If that sounds good to you. I am so excited. I hope you guys are excited too. I hope this was helpful. That really the key to growing your business is OPP, other people's platforms, right? Getting more exposure, not just you creating the exposure, but being the content guest, the interviewed guest, the position you as the expert. We're going to make sure that your book is published in the next 90 days and that you are getting the media exposure that your story deserves, because there are so many media outlets. They are looking for guests, right? And if you want to impact hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands, let's get you featured in the media. I'm Angel Tussey, Media Exposure Specialist. I'm going to put the Zoom ID number in here so that you guys have it. But then I'll, as soon as I get off the live, I will post the link because I really can't do two things at once. Right? I can't really do it at once. I could try. Let me see if I could try. All right, if you just hold on 1 second. If I do this, oh yeah, I think I can do this. So if I hit this invite button, copy invitation, and then I come back over here and I post it. There you go. So that's where we're going to go next, is to Zoom. If you have any questions about the SAM course, about media exposure, anything I can do for you guys today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Love to you all. Talk to you soon.